Skara Sommerland is a family theme park, water park and campsite located in Axvall, Sweden, and with it being home to almost 50 rides and attractions, there is no wonder it is so popular. However, today we're gonna count down the top 10 rides at Skara Sommerland. Starting off at number 10, we have Sommarlandståget, and no matter whether you want to put your legs up after a long day of walking and take a nice leisurely train ride around the park, or you are just looking for a fun family attraction, then this is just for you. The only thing is, however, this is not your normal train ride, as despite it not featuring any stops throughout its 10-minute trip, you will be able to experience everything from the park's stunning scenery to a small model village to the slides to even the rides, all up close. And so I would feel wrong not putting it on our top 10 list. Who here is feeling very competitive? Well, if that is you, then look no further, as for our number 9 position, we have Radiobilarna, where you can bash, dash and crash like never before. How awesome does that sound? Nevertheless, the reason why I love this bumper car ride so much is the fact that in addition to you being able to do all of this non-stop in some pretty awesome looking cars, but you will also be able to compete against your friends and family, creating a classic ride experience that can never be beaten, especially if you become the champion. You can't have a theme park without a go-kart track, and Skara Sommerland is no exception. As for our number 8 spot, we have Imola 2000, and with it reaching top speeds of a whopping 30 kilometers an hour, you will instantly know that you are in for a treat. And you will not be wrong, with along its very, and I mean very long track, which you'll be racing down at this crazy speed, you will encounter many straights as well as sharp turns and bends to throw you off course. Yet as long as you manage to keep your foot on the metal and your eyes on the road, you are sure to not drive anybody crazy. Ding ding. For our number 7 spot on our top 10 list, things are starting to become a lot wetter, as we have Newton, the log flume that has taken the word soaking to the next level. And here is how. Now of course it would not be a log flume ride without many fun twists and turns, as well as possibly even a drop too. And this ride is no different. Yet what brings it to the next level is the fact that you'll be completing all of this in what has got to be the coolest boat ever. You will also make your way through a giant waterfall before the final drop, definitely finishing off the ride with a humongous splash. If you are scared of heights, then skip to number 5. As for our number 6 spot, we have Fryren, the park's family drop tower, and with it standing high in the air, already I know some of you are going to be like, no way Jose. However, it does not stop there, as even though it is smaller than many of your thrill level towers out there, with you and up to 9 other thrill seekers rising to the top, getting an amazing view across the park, dropping and then bouncing again and again and again for the entirety of the ride. Trust me when I say this is an experience that you, nor your stomach, will never ever forget. Top 5, and coming in for this position, we have Gruvbanan, where you, of course if you think you have what it takes to take a breathtaking ride around the Troll's mine, will be able to board this runaway mine train for a pretty crazy adventure. Although, as you can probably guess, it is not all easy adventuring, as along your way around the many awesome theming and scenery pieces, you will be experiencing not one, but 2 laps full of many powered twists, turns, helixes and airtime hills, making it both a perfect first ever coaster, as well as another great cred to add to the collection. Get ready to fly through the sky, as for our number 4 spot, we have Tranan, and ever since its debut back in 2009, it has always been a fan favourite, and for a good reason, as with this being the first and only SNS free fly coaster, just looking at this seagull soar around the track is incredible, and this only continues on the ride itself, with you being able to board a 3D rotating gondola on the edge of its wings, which will then swing around as you make your way through the undescribable elements. And so in my eyes, a trip to Skara Sommerland would be nowhere near complete without a ride. Here we are at the top 3 rides at the park, and for our number 3 spot, we have Vikingen, Skara Sommerland's pirate ship. And so before we do begin to talk about the ride experience, with this being one, if not the most common types of attractions around the world, if you are visiting the park on a busy day, then we would suggest riding the more unique attractions first. Nevertheless, if you do get a chance to ride, you will definitely not be disappointed, with it rocking you back and forth, higher and higher, until you are literally flying out of your seats, which is pretty awesome if you ask me. Between number 2 and 1, it was tough. However, after a lot, and I mean a lot of consideration, we have decided to put Spinner at the number 2 spot. And wow, if this ride does not make you fall in love with coasters, then I honestly do not know what will, with as soon as you have boarded the car. And for the best overall experience, we would suggest sitting back to back. You will complete many wild mouse twists and turns, drops and airtime hills, all whilst you are freely spinning around. And yes, you did hear me right there guys, freely spinning around. And you do not need to be a rocket scientist to know that this is both very dizzy as well as totally awesome. We have made it to the number 1 spot, and in my opinion for the best ride at the park, we have got no other than Snake. And where do I begin when talking about this ride? As if I was going to talk about every great part, we would literally be here all day. Yet to start from the beginning, from the moment you walk into the park and see this giant 40-meter tall flat ride, you will instantly want to take a ride. And you should definitely do just that, as words literally cannot describe how crazy sitting on a 3D swinging gondola that is then rotated to 40 meters by 2 giant arms really is. And so I think it is very easy to see why this is at our number 1 spot. Thank you all for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.